We're just talking about advancements in cars. The Corvette that would not let the man either start it or get out of it.
But he got in it.
But he got in it, yeah. Did the guy not have it locked? Is that what happened?
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not.
I guess. It won't start without a key, of course. You have to have the key in it.
I've never quite figured out all the details of that, because as you mentioned, Kelly, the technology advances all the time.
Yeah.
Leaving you in the dust.
Yeah.
In your vehicles.
Always. Yeah.
But, like, for instance, my car, and I'm not sure about Biggie's has a remote start. Mine doesn't do that. Biggie can start his car while he's sitting in here.
Yeah, very impressive. On hot summer days.
I love it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Cools it down.
Yeah.
But, see, my car, you can't start it unless the key is inside. But I can get out of the car and, like, put some groceries in the back or something like that while the car is running.
Yes.
If I close the doors, it beeps and said, "Hey, man,
Your key's in here.
your key's in your pocket. It's not inside."
Right, yeah.
My question is, and I've never gotten a complete answer, how far could someone climb in there and drive? Because it is running.
So if you've got your key in your pocket, but the car's
unlocked and running.
So if I dive in and try to steal
put it in gear.
how far can I go?
How far can you go?
I think I can go as far as I want, but once I turn it off, I
Until
can't.
you shut it off?
I think that's the answer. But I don't know. Now, my wife's car's that way. She has one of those. God darn, I don't know. It's it's not even
newfangled fobs.
I hate that stuff.
A push button start. You want an ignition, damn it.
I want to turn a god darn key. Give me a key.
What happened to our nation's key makers?
Thank you. The fact now that you just got a fob in your pocket.
Does either candidate have a plan for them?
I can comfortably say no.
Thanks a lot, Kamala.
I got no keys. Comrade Kamala took the keys away. That's right. Don't have them now. Very good point. Listen, I know I'm on no caffeine, so I'm in a mood. But give me a darn key to start a car. To me, the fob sets up a major issue.
We have friends that have cars that have, of course, the remote start, the key fob.
Yes.
And they don't use a house key. They have a keypad for their home. There's no keys in their life.
Wow. Really?
In their lives.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
My wife set us up with the keypad for the home. After we had an incident with Pine Straw, we had to beef up security.
Yes.
So now it's a code to get into the home.
Beep, beep.
And I can't tell you how many times I've had my hands full of something going, oh, God, I got to type in this code. It locks on its own. Once you're in the house, within a minute, it locks. So there's no, leaving it unlocked.
Okay, I think it's the same system that our friends have.
The minute lock, because I have it.
Yeah.
And people are terrible with the keypad.
Yes.
Nobody can ever get the timing right until you've done it a few times.
Yes.
Either you go way too fast or you go way too slow. Nobody seems to get it until you've done it enough. Then it's like, oh, I got it. But I will say it's that minute lock.
Pain.
It's a pain. You'll go to open the door because you were just there.
Yeah.
You go to open, it's locked.
It's locked again.
Dang it.
I know. You probably can set it for like 3 minutes.
I'm sure you can. Yeah.
And I don't want to brag. Ours even has thumbprint technology. You can put your thumbprint on it. It'll open it up for you. But mine, it never quite reads my thumb right, and I have to keep on thumbing it. And my son, here's what he does. He uses the keypad to come into the home, but then he won't shut the door properly. It'll be like just slightly open. So when it does lock itself after a minute, the deadbolt, it won't go into the hole. And an announcement will come on saying, door is improperly latched. And we're all like, God, you messed up the door again. You can't shut a door. He's like, that thing, can't we? He's with me. Can't we just go back to a key? That thing is it's
you
terrible.
Have a partner.
Terrible. Yeah, I do. We both just want keys.
I can't close a door.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not a carpenter.
Can't you close a door? I'm sorry, I'm not a world-class carpenter. What do you want? No, I can't. Brian, you're talking about key fobs. Go ahead.
Yes, I run a high-end auto repair shop down here in Charlotte.
Yes, sir.
And those comfort access keys like that, once the car is started, you could get the key, throw it out the window. The car will drive indefinitely until you stop it. Yeah. Once you stop it, it won't restart again afterwards.
It's kind of what we thought.
Okay, that's the definitive answer on it. Then, do you like do you like that technology, or are you with me? You just want an old school key?
I got both cars that have either one of them, and I'd like a good old-fashioned key. But to tell you, BMW now with the old-fashioned cut keys, they're discontinuing making them. Last time we had to order one, we had to 6 months for them to make a key and a lock cylinder for the car.
Wow.
6
Isn't that
months.
crazy? Thank you, Brian. That is really good information.
But
Appreciate
he has cool
that.
cars around him all the time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a cool job. I
High-end
think.
cars.
I'm not even a car guy, but that's a cool thing there, you know. Let's go to John, who knows something about key fobs as well. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, me and my wife were shopping one day. I was in her car. I let her out. I didn't want to go in the store she was at.
Mm-hmm.
I drove to the nearest sporting store.
Oh, we're losing you. We're losing you. Are you back? Are you there?
Left, and I said, yeah.
Oh, we lost him. I don't know.
Your phone's breaking up a little bit.
Do you know the story, Biggie, what he was saying?
He basically, the wife took the key, car kept running.
Yeah, he got out.
He got
out, right.
And he had to walk all the way back to where she was.
Yeah, he'd gone to a different store.
He went to a different store.
Bingo.
That's exactly. Thank you very much, John.
All right.
It's exactly what you're talking about. You know, if somebody steals your car, they can drive it 1,000 miles, or as long as the gas holds out. But once they turn it off, you can't. You got to go back to where you were. That does seem to be a little bit of a downfall of those.
A little bit.
I have just a headline, and the headline is "Criminals Use New Technology to Steal Kias," and the Kias are the ones that are most stolen, aren't they?
That was the TikTok thing, right?
Yeah,
you could steal them easily.
Yeah,
Kias and Hyundais.
Kia boys.
The Kia boys would steal those. We have some audio that goes along with that.
It's not too surprising that they're already using them for these types of reasons. When they came out, these devices were actually banned by certain countries, and they were like, hey, we're going to have import restrictions and not allow them. But the reality is if someone really wants to make one of these, they can make these with quote-unquote off-the-shelf parts. So it's the same thing with like a lock-picking kit. If you're a locksmith, you're allowed to buy locksmithing tools. If you're a private citizen, you're allowed to have locksmithing tools. As soon as you use that device in the execution of a crime, it now becomes a criminal tool.
Now, this is a device they are using to get into the Kias and steal them. Unfortunately, this is an old article, and I've misplaced it. I don't know exactly what he's talking about that they're buying. I know.
Oh, boy.
I let this audience down. I let this audience
He predicted this show would stink, but wow.
I just saw a headline that said, criminals use new technology to steal Kias. I don't have the meat of the story. I don't know what they're using to steal the Kias. But I know Kias are most often stolen. Those are the ones that always get stolen. Joe, you're talking about key fobs also. Go ahead.
Yeah, P1 fellas. Good morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, not my proudest moment, but I did get in some sort of an argument with a lady at a convenience store. Walked out. Her car was running with a key fob in her seat, so I just took the key fob, put it under her car, so hopefully she just drove off and is never able to start it again.
Bruh.
Oh, my God.
That's diabolical.
That is low, but man, did that work. Holy cow. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Turbo Ted, you're talking about key fobs also. Give me a good old-fashioned key, I've said. Go ahead.
I'm with you 100%. I love keys. But anyway, when we bought our Chevy here recently, they offered us an extended warranty specifically for the key fob because they are expensive to replace.
They really are.
I've heard that.
They are, yeah. Thank you you're exactly right.
Warranty on the key fob.
My son has a Toyota 4Runner, and somebody stepped on his key fob, and it was crushed. So now he just has the innards of it. Now, it still works.
Yeah.
But it's the tiny little, it looks like a little computer, what do you call it? Like a little...
a chip?
A computer chip with a tiny little button that unlocks and locks the car. Now, how long until he's going to lose that? You know, it's the size of a postage stamp, and he's just started using that. Like, son.
Was it a baddie that did it, so he had to forgive?
He said...
Sorry.
Yeah.
I stepped in your key fob. It's cool. I could still use it.
Yeah.
Look, it still works. My dad will get me a new one.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if maybe
free.
Maybe she had like a stiletto heel.
Yeah,
on.
maybe.
Yeah, he probably thinks they're free. Exactly. Tesla owners have been draping wet towels over supercharger cables to mess with the temperature gauge to try to trick them into charging faster. Now Tesla is saying, don't do this. It can break the equipment and doesn't really work anyway. However, Tesla owners are adamant that it does cause the engine to charge faster or the battery to charge faster. A wet towel over the supercharger. I don't know that world at all, but that's something new people are doing.
No.
Now, we have a friend who has one of the new E-Mustangs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, those are nice.
Quick car.
Very nice.
Quick car.
Yeah.
And she told us that she had taken a trip from North Carolina to Maryland and then back. And she had to stop one way on the way up and on the way down to recharge. And I said, how long did that take? She said, about an hour.
That's too long now. That's ridiculous.
And you know what she said is that Walmart has some of the best charging stations.
Oh, really?
Walmart's.
Out like near the edge of the parking lot?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've heard from people who have electric cars, there's a map of charging stations built in.
Right.
Like when you get one, it'll say the Walmart at the next exit has a charging but it took an hour.
That's
I can go to
shocking.
Wawa and be in and out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I thought that was... I thought 20 minutes was like the time that it took. An hour is crazy.
But this is for a significant road trip. And my friend in Virginia, he drives a Tesla. We went to high school together. He has a Tesla, but he won't take it on road trips.
No.
He still drives his old Kia.
Not if it's an hour. Because if you have a 6-hour road trip and it becomes a 7-hour road trip.
Each way.
That's too much. That's too much time.
In my mind, it is. It's and in the future, people may laugh at us.
Ah.
What are they going to do with that hour?
Yeah. Oh, I could do something with that hour, you know.
Get a workout in.
Yeah, right. I could get to...
You could build gyms at the charging station.
At the charging station.
Put some treadmills there.
Yes. That's a good idea. Go ahead and exercise while...
There's a Buc-ee's across the street if you want some Bucky bites.
Or yes.
Get your cardio in.
This is a good idea. Speaking of which, was it yesterday the folks that trained with the Navy SEALs had the issue, and there's still like 4 of them in the hospital.
These are the men's lacrosse team at Tufts University. I think it's Boston.
Yes.
12 went to the hospital.
Yeah.
9 had after this workout with a Navy SEAL. 3 are still in the hospital with this rhabdomyolysis.
Full disclosure, and they only had 45-minute workouts. Full disclosure, we talked about that. I know a guy who was, I don't know that he was a Navy SEAL. He never talks about it, but I've heard he was, a real badass in the military. And he texted me privately and said, wuss.
Wuss.
Well, he used
the college lacrosse players.
The college lacrosse
and even
players. a more graphic term.
Yes.
He used a more graphic term, yes.
But they are college lacrosse, but they're not.
They are. They're not trained Navy SEALs. Yeah. They probably shouldn't have been doing that workout to begin with.
Yeah.
There is a woman today, almost the exact same thing. She's from South Carolina, 25. Her name's Jessica Johnson. She's a CrossFit athlete. And last month, I think it's for Labor Day. They do something called the Murph Challenge. Do you know the Murph? Have you ever heard of this?
I've heard of it. I don't know all the details.
There was a guy, it's named for him. His last name is Murphy, and this was his workout. He passed away, I believe, in war. And you run a mile, you do 300 squats, 200 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, and then run another mile. That's a CrossFit thing. They do, that's their thing. It's called the Murph. And, I mean, you can imagine how difficult that is. So she's in great shape and works out all the time at CrossFit, but she said she usually doesn't do upper body that hard. I mean, it's 200 push-ups and 100 pull-ups, which is, pretty tough.
That would take me 2 days.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
2 days.
And I guess you have as long as it takes. You run the mile, then you do all those exercises, and then you run another mile. So she went so hard that the next morning she woke up and she was so sore and swollen that she could not straighten her arms, which is the exact...
that's what it is.
It's the exact same thing. She's talking about it here.
The next day when I woke up, I was really, really sore and my arms were swollen. And I thought that I was just super sore because I haven't done upper body in a while. And I especially haven't done pull-ups in a while. Like, it's been a couple years. My issue was my arms. They were so swollen. I couldn't straighten out my arms all week. And my hands and fingers were starting to go numb on Friday and tingling, so that's why Saturday morning I went to urgent care and they immediately just sent me to the ER.
She had rhabdo, which is what we were talking about yesterday. It's when your muscle fibers are so damaged, the cells die, toxins get into your blood, causes liver, kidney damage, and can be fatal.
It can kill you.
They had to save her kidneys, they cut her arms open to reduce the swelling.
Not since Rocky's eyeball in Rocky 1. God. Have I heard of anything so barbaric?
That's like old school. Bleed it out.
That's exactly right.
Got me. Got me.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Open my eye.
Open my eye. I played Rocky 3 on the beach. It may be the first time I ever played Rocky 3. It's unbelievable.
Played Rocky 3.
I played Rocky 3. Are these guys setups? No, they wasn't setups. They was good fighters, but they weren't killers like this guy. Eye of the Tiger came on the radio, and we started playing. Yeah. We started playing Rocky 3. It's like, somebody said, "Are these guys setups?" And I said, "I wasn't setups." I just joined in playing. God darn it!
Edibles.
Yeah. Seemed a lot better on edibles.
You would not have recognized
everything. Does.
Oh my God! You should have seen it.
You would not have recognized it.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful.